I end up like going places I'm not supposed to. Awesome. Okay.
Hello. I don't mean to interrupt, but when I first joined, I couldn't hear anything. Do you want me to start the streaming now, Lauren?
It's okay. I started it. I don't know if it's going to capture like my shared screen, but it's okay. It's already going.
Okay.
Thanks, Ashley.
All right. Intentions are kind of listen in, see if I can pick anything up. Distractions are just that my brain is starting to get fried from doing so much spreadsheet work each day and trying to nail down errors and just looking at cells. But this will be a nice change of pace from that. And I will pass it to Ashley.
Hey. Yeah, sorry. When I first joined, I don't know, I couldn't hear anything that was going on. So now it seems to be working okay. My intentions for the call, just to sync up, see where we are, and maybe provide some information on progress on stuff. And I don't really have any distractions except for there's like a million things going on at the same time. And I'll pass it to Mia.
Hey, thanks, Ashley. Yeah, I had the same problem as you had. I couldn't hear anything, so yeah, on my phone now, my distraction is just that I'm it's not great sitting next to the lake, but I just want to keep things synced up and up to date. And I'll pass it to Donna.
Hi everyone, this is my first comms call. So currently I'm just sneaking around in different sections and see where I can help. And yeah, I'm here to sync up with everyone. And I have no distractions except the bad internet connection that sometimes occurs. And I pass it to Mitch.
Thanks, Donna. I'm reading some of the comments there. I definitely jive with Hannah. Fried brain right now. My distractions is that I've kind of got some give economy stuff going on in the background, but I would like to catch up and give some updates on any issues. And that's it. I don't know who's left to go.
Meta Verde?
Hello. My intention is to continue to pick up the vibe and see what's going on and find a place to slide in. And my distraction is that it's morning and I'm thinking about things to do today. And I feel like that was everybody. Yeah. I'll pass it back to you, Lauren.
Thanks, Meta Verde. Yeah, that's everybody. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so what I was doing in previous weeks was pretty much going through the Giveth planning board and then copy and pasting all the GitHub issues into a Notion document in like list form. And I was like, wow, what if we just did everything in the Giveth planning board, and then we could also like organize the issues and make sure that they're organized in terms of priority. So yeah, last week, for anyone who wasn't here, and also if you just didn't know, we created this like how to keep Giveth, well, I wrote it after our call, how to keep Giveth planning organized README thing. So it's just kind of like the structure of like how to use Giveth planning when we're using backlog, what we're using to do for, and like we were talking about having just like 1 to 2 issues per assignee in the in progress section. Those are the ones that people are actively working on. And then issues that are like blocked should have I created a blocked label. So there's this like blocked label. So if it's not being blocked by an actual issue and it's just being blocked by kind of waiting on some information or something, but then just like leave a comment and add that block label so that we know. Yeah. And I think that will like help kind of speed things up and keep us a little bit more organized. Yeah, we also, this is just QA and collaboration thing. We just talked about how HackMD is hard to do collaborative work. So rather than using HackMD to like edit each other's stuff, we'll copy and paste from HackMD into a Google Doc. Yeah, but anyway, so this like how to keep Giveth planning organized thing is here pinned at the top in new issues. But yeah, what I'd like to do this call is really just kind of like go through the things and done. Maybe we could go through them in sort of like backwards order and then move them around into like their appropriate things, so we can like check up on in progress things, add any notes to them, because I think these are probably things that are most active, and then move things from the backlog or this sprint. I called it sprint backlog. I could change it back to do. I think sprint backlog is almost nicer, because it just indicates like kind of like higher priority, like closer in time things that we have to do. So yeah, that's my idea. So we can just kind of like go through them in that structure. I think, so Mitch, this email to unlisted projects is done now, right? Oh, I can't hear you. Is it just me? Oh, he's gone. Because last week we did go through this like whole listed, unlisted thing, and now I'm just not totally sure what the status is there. Hey Mitch, can you speak now?
Yeah, my Discord totally bugged, so I had to rejoin. Status on listed, unlisted?
Yeah.
I think this is done.
This is done, right? So I wanted to know if all the emails are all like set up in autopilot and now they're working on live, and if we can just like close all the issues that are related to the listed, unlisted guy.
Yeah, so we have a listed email for a listed and unlisted email. It's set up to automatically go. So when I did the whole list, everyone should have gotten an email.
Oh, I don't think I got an email.
Well, was your project listed already?
Yeah, I own the Giveth project and the Common Simulator
project.
Right,
but you were already listed, so then I didn't send you an email. It was only the new projects that were changing from unlisted to listed that would have gotten an email.
Oh, okay. And did the email get sent out to all the projects that got unlisted?
Yes, because we made that email, we hooked it up. And so the projects that were unlisted got an email.
Okay. Cool. And that email now has like the link to the guide, right? On the docs?
Yes, I put in that guide.
Okay, cool. Nice. Great. So emails are working. So I think everything for the listed, unlisted stuff is done now, right?
Except now there are new projects that have been added that are coming up as unlisted, and we're going to have to somehow go in and review them and either list them or leave them unlisted depending on the situation. So we need to figure out like a process for how we're going to review these new projects until the admin dashboard is set up.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to make an issue for that. We should just talk about it right now and come up with a plan. What do you think?
Yeah, like this is what we were talking about before. It's like we should have had a default where they automatically get listed after X days. Because we have no reliable way of tracking these new projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they'd have to go into the database and pull the newest projects that have been created, and then we'll have to go and review and then manually list them. So that's the one thing that is still, there's a gap.
Yeah. So I think we were talking about it before. We were saying like 2 weeks seems like the appropriate time. So maybe we can just like make an issue for... We'd have to make an issue and Giveth next, right? And then so that they can add that feature. Projects that are unlisted for 2 weeks after being added get just automatically added to the DApp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this is a problem because this is kind of like a half-cooked implementation where this should have been done from the get-go.
Totally. Well, it's okay. We have to do it now.
Do we have any status of like when the admin dashboard will actually be able to be used on live? I know like Mateo is facing some bugs with it, but
I don't know. I can check in with him.
because once we have a dashboard, it will be easy to kind of implement the same like round, the 2-week rounds like we do for project verification. And the verification team can also be part of like listing projects. And every 2 weeks when we go through the verification process and either accept or reject, we can also go through and list the projects that, you know, are approved. So it can definitely be incorporated into that process, but we don't have the dashboard to do that yet.
Yeah. Okay, so it just sounds like if we could kind of like get the admin dashboard up and ready in the next like few days, this won't really be a problem. Is there any way that we can know which of the projects, like, because are there a lot of new projects being added? Because maybe it's just a few, and then like
the thing is we have no idea. We have no tools to track this stuff.
You can go into the database and like query and pull, you know, the newer projects, but yeah, that's the only way to do that. And like Mateo went in and pulled it from me before so that I could add the newer ones to the spreadsheet. So I guess we could do like the ID, because the project ID, it's, you know, increasing with each project.
So we could go from where the last project was, the ID, to like the most recent one, and then we know the differences, all those projects in between.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, let's see what that is.
Okay, that sounds good. So
yeah,
we just need to see when the admin dashboard's going to be up, and then like once it's up, we can kind of like go back and maybe just like schedule a hack session, go through these like ones that are like in between, and then going forward, the verification team, like once they're like all onboarded and set up, we'll kind of have a process for reviewing the projects every 2 weeks.
Yeah, we just have to really be careful next time, because now we're like trying to slam in features mid-sprint on the devs.
Yep. Well,
anyway, this seems like a collective oversight.
Totally. Yeah, I just feel like there's true, nothing we can do about it now. Best we can do is this.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. Do you remember the query, Ashley? Sorry to derail the meeting.
It's okay.
No, I don't. Mateo pulled it for me.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to look it up and we can move on with the agenda.
Okay, so
do we have an agenda somewhere?
Yeah, so I created just like a rough agenda in the comms call here, but then I thought what we could do, instead of just like me making list form of all the GitHub issues, we could just go through the planning board and then like restructure the issues and just like have them organized for next week.
Okay, yeah, I see it here. Thank you.
So
I still think it's relevant to keep notes though, right? We're still going to be taking notes?
Well, I'm taking notes, like what I just created a new issue for process reviewing new projects added to Giveth, marking them as listed and unlisted. So it's like I just took notes on what we talked about in this GitHub issue. And then I guess I'll like assign it to me and Mitch. And then we know.
Right, but if somebody who misses the meeting and they want to catch up, how would they do that? They just have to go through each individual issue and see what's new?
Yeah, they could go onto the Giveth planning board or watch the meeting note or watch the recording.
Okay, I think that might be pretty tedious for somebody who, or you know, if Monique wanted to see what we talked about in the meeting, he would be able to just like glance at the notes. But I guess we can discuss that more.
Well, I think it's the same as just glancing at the GitHub board.
Except for you'd have to go into each issue to see what the updates are.
You would only open the issues that are relevant to what you want to know for more details.
What if you don't know that there is an issue? Okay. It's okay, let's go. Let's keep going.
Okay, well, if we feel like doing it the other way, it was honestly literally just me copying and pasting things from the GitHub board and putting them in a Notion document. And this is like a really just an excessive amount of time for something that doesn't add a lot of value. Except for the off cases in which someone could just watch the video recording on 2x speed or something. Anyway.
What about just put a link to that issue inside the Notion?
I mean, that's what I was doing, and I don't think that it's a productive use of my time. I think that using the Giveth planning board is just going to be the exact same thing, except will save me 2 hours a week for every call.
Yeah, I think you're right. I did the same before, so.
Okay, well, anyway, I created this issue. I would like to keep going through the Giveth planning board. I mean, we could discuss this, like, I want to get through the issues. We can discuss the structure of the meetings outside of this meeting, like in the channel, or if anyone wants to talk to me specifically about it. Yeah, okay, cool. So, listed unlisted guide. I think we have a bunch of things to look into on that. The in-progress issues we have are here. I mean, right now, this Giveth planning board isn't exactly perfectly organized, I think, but I want to just like encourage everybody to kind of be moving their issues around to make it more structured, but I think it's roughly okay. So I know, Ashley, we're going to put this contributors guide up on the docs or polish it off. Do you have any updates on this?
No, I don't have any updates.
Okay, so you haven't gotten a chance to polish it yet?
No.
Okay. So should I just leave it in progress then, or should I guess I could just move it back to the sprint backlog?
Yeah, you can put it into the sprint backlog and I'll move it to in progress when I'm actively working on it.
Okay, sounds good. So I think this how to make a project traceable documentation is blocked, right? By waiting for the project traceable wizard.
Yes.
How to make a project traceable. Yeah.
And do you guys know if that's still not ready yet, right? I don't think the Get devs are actually working on this right now. I feel like it's like a lower priority thing.
Yeah, I don't think that it was high priority on the list of things that they had.
Okay, I'm going to put it at the bottom. I guess I'll put it at the bottom here. It's like low priority. Give backs documentation. Ashley, is this in progress or should I move it back?
It's in progress.
Okay. Mitch, did you get any feedback on this adding search to the docs?
I'm still waiting from these guys to give me the JavaScript snippet.
Okay.
I think they sent it to me. Yeah, so I'm blocked by them responding to my email.
Okay. Cool. So I'm going to move that back to then. So it's blocked. The GiveStream documentation, I worked on this actually a little bit more. I moved it back to in progress because I was just working on it yesterday. I like added the table and anyway, I hope I can finish it this week and also add that image from Rodri. For the terms and conditions, actually, Mia, I don't know if you noticed, I added you also to a group with Sean from TAC Legal and Danny because Danny had made it.
Oh, thanks.
You saw? Okay. Because Danny had made a forum post about this and was kind of like asking if maybe it's like too convoluted. And so he's going to review it and give us kind of like his like top level ideas.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Okay. Cool. So I made this issue. So this is the Rainbow Roll giveaway. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we're going to do... So Rainbow Rolls has released their NFTs and they did the mint yesterday and they offered to do a giveaway. So they're giving us one Rainbow Roll that we can give to the largest donor on to verified projects on Giveth within this like week period. So starting from today until Wednesday at 9 a.m. I made a forum post with like the contest details and like a tweet about it. So I think that, and I also made as part of the contest details that if a project gets verified like within this week and donors had donated to that project, then they'll be like eligible to be included in the round. Yeah, basically, so Ashley, this is kind of like for your information. So, because basically on Giveth.io, there's only like there's less than 20 actually verified projects, and then we have more verified projects on Trace. But right now there's like no way of a donor just looking at Giveth Trace to know which projects are verified and which projects are not verified. And some of them are like to be archived and just haven't been archived yet, and some of them haven't been reviewed yet. So that's why I said just on IO, but I wanted to like make it still possible for there to be more projects. So there might be people applying to get verified within this week period.
Yeah, and what did you tell them a deadline? So the deadline is what day to apply?
I didn't put a deadline to apply, but I can. I just wrote a forum post, but I said if the project gets verified before October 20th, and then I would just, I didn't like put a deadline to apply to get verified, but I can add it in whenever you want. Do you want?
Yeah, maybe at least like, let's say 3 days before let's see, what day is today, the 13th. Yeah, I would say 3 days before the like deadline to be verified. That gives us 3 days to verify any applications.
Okay, that sounds good.
In time, yeah.
So project 3 days before October. So I'll add that into the forum post.
Cool.
Great. Nice. Thanks. So this is actually not a very high priority issue. This is adding Giveth.io introduction to the docs. This was just on the wiki, and we have an intro on Giveth Trace, but nothing on Giveth.io. I can just put this like lower down on the sprint backlog, and if like at the end of kind of going through the planning, anyone has like any bandwidth and they want to take this on, that would be really cool. Actually, this one I'm going to move up. Mitch, are you going to get started on this community project spot like this week?
Sorry, muted. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I picked up the projects and everything. I just, need to start writing it.
Nice. Yay.
I don't think it'll be done this week, like considering QA and everything, but hopefully we can get it up for QA for early next week, like Monday.
Okay. That's great. Cool. So, actually, reformat community call to make it interesting to the whole community. I know you were going to make slides and ask Rodri and Marco for designs and things. Do you want to update us, or do you need anything?
Got the designs from Roger yesterday, and I was working on the slide deck right before this call. I'll put a link to it in here once it's like a little bit more finished.
Cool. I'm going to awesome. So we're going to start using this for next week, right?
Yes, for this Sunday.
Cool. And are we going to... Did you talk to maybe this like air meet guy about maybe joining, or are we going to try to incorporate the spotlight, or are we just going to start with changing the formatting with the slides?
I reached out to him on Monday and I haven't heard back, but I would like to incorporate that in the spotlight. I guess if he doesn't contact me back and we don't find something else that's better to fill the spotlight thing with, I can try to give like a short demo. It won't be, just like a little bit of an introduction to like how AirMeet works and then kind of like how we would collaborate with TechUp, even though he can't be there. But I would prefer if he could be there. But if we just have blank space, then I could still just make something work.
All right. Okay. So it's called TechUp. It's not AirMeet. You're going to give a demo of AirMeet and talk about TechUp.
Yeah, AirMeet is the platform, and TechUp is the organization that is hosting like the event that I was telling you guys about. So it's basically like this like ongoing e-convention in an online space.
Nice. Awesome. Super cool. Okay. That sounds really great. Sounds like you have it under control. That's it, right?
Yeah, so far. If I need anything, I'll definitely reach out.
Sounds great. Awesome.
Can you guys think of any other spotlights or people that would want to? I mean, Rainbow Rolls already did like a thing last week, the week before last. So I don't know if you guys think of any ideas for like community call spotlights, we could totally do that. Or people who want to collaborate more with Giveth, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me know.
That sounds awesome. We could also maybe you could also like tag Unicorn and ask people and mention it in the community call on Sunday. Or I wonder if there's like a formatting, because I bet you I could think of some people. I would just need to be reminded. So maybe remind me and everybody else by like tagging us in the Discord or something.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. And great. Okay, cool. So yeah, give drop documentation. I haven't worked on that anymore, but I'm going to leave it in this sprint backlog because I really want to get to it after the give stream. Email to cancel project. This is blocked by the code being developed so that cancel projects is like its own thing. And I was in the dev sync the other day and they said that they're actually working on this. But maybe Mitch, you could make sure that you check in on when they create that so that you can, or Donna, were you looking into this?
I'm pretty sure I'll have to follow up with this because it'll be going through segment and all that jazz.
Okay. Well, actually, you know, Donna's here in the call and she was interested in like getting a little bit more involved with like analytics and learning more about autopilot and she's interested also in like data analysis stuff. It might be, if you want to pass something off to her, it might be something she might like to do. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a fair amount of onboarding, and like you actually have to be putting in the code in the back end, like in the impact graph. So, there's a lot more stuff that needs to happen with this issue once they've actually done the first part.
Okay, so you're just gonna.
I mean, it's hard, like writing the emails and stuff. Like anybody could do that, but actually making sure it gets sent to segment, you actually have to write the code into the impact graph. Okay. And so usually do that myself with Matteo or Carlos.
Okay.
I was just saying, Donna, you were interested in this issue earlier today. You mentioned to me. Sorry, I'm listening in, guys.
Yeah.
So the email can be written. I mean, I think I've already written the email, but the actual stuff that needs to happen in the back end, just that magic needs to happen.
I got access to segment and amplitude from you, I think. And yeah, whatever you think, because I haven't used it, I don't know. I'm just playing around with it and playing around. So
yeah.
Hey, maybe Mitch, when they create that like cancel project as its own thing, and then you're starting to code this into the back end, if that's something that Donna's interested in, maybe you could like just loop her in so she can learn, and then when things like this come up in the future. Is that what you're interested in doing, Donna?
Yeah, that's really perfect. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well,
that would be perfect.
Okay, because you're coding JavaScript.
Okay.
But I can give you access to autopilot as well, and you can start looking at that.
Okay.
If you don't already have access. And segment, I can show you the whole works, but yeah, sure, we can go from there.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, great. Nice. So video script for GiveDrop. I have a meeting with Harry from Harry Gray Machine, who's going to work on the video. I have a meeting with him today because now that most of the designs are finished for the Give economy, I do want to pass this off to him. So I'll just put that in the notes. So then hopefully you can get started. Great. Give economy FAQ. So Donna took this on and she's going to start. She's working on adding more questions and answering them. Do you wanna give any updates here, Donna?
I added some questions with some answers, but I have to I have more questions as well, so I have to add.
Okay, cool.
So it's in progress.
That sounds great. Awesome. If you have any questions or you need support, let me know.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Email to projects to say when they get listed. I think this is done, right?
That one's for listed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's done.
Thanks. Give drop claim tutorial. This is blocked. I'll move this back. Emails to projects to ask them to apply for verification. This is blocked. I think so, right? Oh yeah, you were adding it to the project created. This is done, right?
What is? Are you
I don't
talking about
think
getting
it's
it
done.
verified? We can't because the traceable thing it's blocked by the wizard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So what I did with this particular email is I just edited it to make it a bit shorter and just more generic. So we don't talk about the changemaker campaign and all that other irrelevant stuff. And then when we're ready with this verified stuff, Ashley can go in and update the information.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, just as long as we just change that email because it was sending out old information.
Right.
So that's done at least.
So what is it being blocked by? I didn't quite understand.
wizard
Get your
isn't
project
deployed.
traceable.
The traceable thing. Okay. Because this email includes information about projects getting traceable. Like being added a trace.
It does it right now, but it will once the thing is ready. It will invite projects to become verified and become traceable when it's ready.
But right now it is being sent to projects when they create their project with the email, right? It gets sent like a shorter, more generic version that doesn't include anything about getting traceable.
Yes.
Okay. 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 Maybe I almost feel like, well, I feel like we should close this issue because it's basically already done, and I feel like we keep going back to it and saying the same thing. So then we can just like add another issue being like update project verification email once the project wizard is done.
Well, because it'll be in the project created email. That was the original intention, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to change the title of this issue then. Oops.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Gracias.
Doing something like projects to get verified later to update with invitation. All right. Cool. Dashboard of current analytics data on Giveth.io. I feel like this is like a pretty low priority thing, but I know that Mitch and Ashley. Mitch was saying you talked to Fabio or something.
Yeah, I talked to him last week. There's no updates for this issue.
Okay. Donna was also really interested in analytics and just like data analysis stuff. So if you do hear back from him or anything, or we end up doing anything with this like information and thinking about like where to put it, I know that she would be interested in supporting or taking it on.
Yeah, this would be a good issue, I think, once we have more information
Okay.
to pass off.
Maybe I'll just like, okay, that sounds good.
Just throw in there. Yeah.
She's in there. Great. Oh, email that explains what givebacks are and how to apply. Okay. I think this is like low priority. We didn't write anything for this yet, right?
I'm sorry, what was it? An email?
Email explaining givebacks.
Isn't that kind of the same email that we were just talking about when we talked created? We can definitely, I don't think we would explain how Giveback works in the email, but we'll link to the documentation about Givebacks, that's ready, as well as the application wizard, making the point traceable. So I think
right,
this is kind of the email we were just talking about.
Okay, so this is just like a redundant issue. Hannah, you said you worked on this rGive DAO blog post?
Yeah, so I basically filled out everything I knew about our rGive and what I had talked to Griff and kind of gathered there. And then Danny was going to fill in the, I can definitely link it. Danny was going to fill in like the how we got here and kind of the history about it, because that I don't really know. So I had sent that to her back when I updated when I commented on the issue. So just waiting on that.
Okay. So I'll just tag her and also assign her. Great. Okay. So emails to givers of verified projects. I haven't done this. I assigned myself to it apparently. Write emails. Oh no, I didn't. Emails to givers of verified projects. I don't think this is a high priority issue. I'm just gonna kind of put this down at the bottom as well. Oh, I keep getting confused between the backlog and script backlog. Sorry. Here we were over here. Give back blogs post. Give backs blog post. This is kind of like you're doing in tandem with the give backs thing, right, Ashley?
Yeah.
Okay. Project verification and trace onboarding blog post. Same, I think. Revise emails to projects that get accepted for verification. Is this the same? Oh no, this is done. Okay, this is done. Give farm is blocked, and that's blocked. Great, okay. Give drop medium post. Yeah, this is in the backlog. So let's see if there's anything in here that we want to like move over. So making our forum meet the maker project spotlight calls. Add proposal types to the comment to get it live. Give drop claim tutorial. Add conviction voting to the Giveth forum. Add tile voting to the Giveth forum. Give garden explain token wrapping and voting in the external garden. This is sort of blocked by it being finished. Pre-give economy launch, project verification, media push. Yeah, I added this issue just the other day because I was thinking like before we, like in the couple of weeks before we launch the give economy, we should just like really encourage projects to update with like using rich text and adding videos, and then also just like get a bunch of people to apply to be verified. Actually, since this project verification stuff keeps coming up, I did add it as like a separate agenda item because I wanted to talk about it. Actually, you know that, so we talked about this before. We have a bunch of people who are willing to help you. Donna, Hannah, Mia, and Danny are all interested in getting onboarded and supporting you in the process.
I sent a doodle poll to all of them. I just received the last response today. Unfortunately, most of the dates I put in the poll have already passed, so I probably have to make a new one, but I'm in contact with all these people and scheduling it, and I think I'm going to include Donna as well.
Yeah. Donna, you want to be included, right?
Yeah, I messaged Ashley about that. Yeah, and we decided to get me in the loop as well. So.
Okay, awesome. That's really great. Okay, cool. So that's for project verification. Conflict resolution is blocked. Analytics we talked about. We're waiting on Fabio. And okay, cool. This is everything that's in the backlog, and then we have some issues in new issues. So, content for design promo banners. So Marco is asking if we could come up with just like some tweets and information, so that we could have like a few different pretty things we could share on like Instagram or on Medium. But actually, I was looking at this, and Mitch, you're writing this Spotlight post, and Hannah, you're writing this Argive post. They created a few different templates for basically like banner images that would look cool and nice on Medium. So if you guys need or want like a unique image to show up like with your blog post, you could totally just like create the content or create the text and then send it over to Rodri and ask him to just like make up one of these like mock-ups for you. And then use that as your header.
For the title header.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
It's really cool. I think he was asking to have like just different messages that we can put there, but I think that we don't really need to create content for this so much as it is like when we have a use for it, write the content, and then they can just like put it in there and we can use it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, because these generic titles won't really fit with like whatever the Medium article is trying to convey. We'll have to put in our own text.
Yeah. Exactly. Totally.
Okay.
So. Cool. Well, good. I think I'll probably just close that issue because I think like us all knowing about it is all we really need to do. Yeah, I made an issue because I want to write a tweet thread on like a long tweet thread on the Give economy, just explaining all the pieces. And then Ashley created this issue, investigate how we can use layer 3 bounties. Yeah, I don't really know. We could add this into the sprint if somebody's like willing to look into it a little bit further. I don't really remember what this was about. Ashley, can you explain?
Yeah, Willie talked about in the community call where he showed us layer 3, which is like this. You can offer like your tokens for bounties for people to do anything. You know, people are like, get a tattoo of our logo and you get this many tokens or whatever. There's like all these different bounties. So I don't think this is necessarily relevant until we have a token to offer, but I just put it in here so that we can keep it in mind. And if we have any good ideas, we can always just put it in here.
Cool. So this issue is for idea generation. If we have any, any things we'd like people to do. That's awesome. Thank you. Can add them here. Thanks, Ashley, for creating that issue. I remember now that you mentioned it. I'm glad that it's here so we don't forget. Okay, cool. And Ashley, last week you mentioned that you were going to use 5IV support and make the Discord a little bit more resilient. I just made this issue so we talk about it, but we could close it or update it.
Well, I did add the code of conduct thing to the Discord server, so that has been completed, and it just matches what's on the forum. And then I have a message that I have with Vive. How do you say it?
Vive.
I have a message going with him. I can explore more, but he hasn't responded to the last communication I sent. But I think it's just he's really good with bot stuff, so he's going to make sure that we're resilient for bots and stuff like that. So as I learn more, I can definitely put more information in this issue.
Okay, cool. So I'll leave it there and open as a reminder and some place to put the ideas.
Okay.
Great. Awesome. Cool. And then last week, I didn't remind you about this before, but me was suggesting to move the quality score and the project assurance guide under create a project on the docs. I don't know if Mitch, you got a chance to update the sidebar or Or not, because I just made the issue today.
I did.
Oh, you did?
During this meeting.
You're a hero!
Yeah.
Nice. Great. Awesome. Okay. Giveth IO redesign copy. Oh, so I started writing content, like the copy for the homepage and stuff. There was like a lot of text blurbs, and then they were doing like the redesign, and I changed a bunch of things, but I haven't seen the edits like reflected or updated anywhere. But when I know where it actually is, I would love to get some QA on it. I know Mitch, you were asking for it already. The reason I didn't send it to you is because like I haven't found if or where those edits have been incorporated, but yeah, it would be good to get some more comms eyes on it. So I'll put it in this issue here and then tag you guys when there's something to QA. Cool. Nice. Well, that's everything that we have on the board. Yeah, and then I guess in the agenda, the only other things that I didn't add to the board that were just like things I wanted to talk about. Oh no. Oh no. Oh wow, can you still hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yay! My computer just froze for a second and then just seemed like everything was gonna fall apart. But I wanted to just mention, so I'm gonna start putting the tweets in the Twitter channel on Giveth, and I'm just gonna post them every day, and it would be like really helpful for anybody who's like associated with Giveth to like retweet or like the tweets, like ones you like, of course, every so often. Like we could just like ask our community of people to like retweet or like 2 to 3 tweets a week, and I'll just like put them all in there so you could like browse through and see what you like. And yeah, of course it's like not mandatory, not like obligated, but it would be really cool for like helping to just kind of like spread our reach and get like tweets more exposure. And I also, I talked to Dawn about this as well. It would also be cool if you wanted to, you could put Giveth in your Twitter profile. I just added it to mine as well, like in the little profile description, just like associated with like some kind of like, I like Giveth, or like I'm part of Giveth, or whatever you wanted to add to it.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea because I barely ever look at Twitter, but if it's in the channel on Discord, I would definitely just like click the link and like it or retweet it or whatever. I hardly ever look at Twitter, so it's like once a week I go through and I just like everything.
Yeah, I know. I noticed you do that. Every time you do, I'm like, yeah, thanks, Ashley. Cool, awesome. Well, so I'll start putting them in the Discord, so that will hopefully help. Great. Yeah, I guess I also put the Give economy in here just to update you guys because like it's like comms and design related stuff. Marco and Mosady just moved over like the Give economy pages to like this like new Figma file. So that's where like the final designs are going to be. And the Give economy pages I think are like pretty much done. And I know Ashley and Mitch, you guys had gone through it and done a little bit of QA on the text before, but if you wanted to see it, it's in there. The Give stream and the Give backs pages aren't finalized yet. But they're almost finalized as well. Yeah, so that's basically everything I had. Is there anything else that we should add to the agenda to discuss, or like any more issues that you guys wanted to add to the board? Okay, cool. Well, great. Awesome. Well, thank you for your participation. Maybe we could just do like a quick round. We still have a few minutes left, so we could just do like a quick checkout round and just say like how you're feeling now and what you are going to work on today. I'm feeling also still overwhelmed. I'm going to work on Give economy things, and I'll pass it to Donna.
Well, I'm feeling great, and the meeting was really informative, and I think now I know how things going on, and this Zen hot board it really helps. And I'm going to work on the issues that we discussed with Lauren, and also play with that segment and amplitude, and I'm going to do that tomorrow, as here is now 8:30 p.m. And Yeah, and also worked on FAQ, and I pass it on to Hana.
Hello, I am going to be working on mostly give token distribution stuff and error checking there. I'm also going to make a new working group doodle poll for a meeting with a lot of different people, and then bother people to vote on that. And I can reach out to Danny and shoot her a reminder about the August blog post. And I will pass it to Ashley.
Yeah, I'm feeling all right. And I am going to work on the slide deck, try to get this finished by the end of the day, as well as some project verification stuff and probably a million other things. But I will pass it to Metaverde.
I'm going to retweet with comments. And awesome. I'm really, really super excited about what y'all are doing here. And I'm going to pass it to Mitch because I feel like he hasn't gone yet. And I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention to know who else hasn't gone.
Y'all good. I got to jump back into this give economy stuff with the token distribution. Hopefully later today I can start this project spotlight article in earnest. And I just sent you a message there, Donna, but it would be super helpful if you could help us / me keep track of new projects that are popping up on the DApp. And so that we can track them somewhere and list them. I'm going to get the query from Matteo and I'm going to show you how to use it. Mm-hmm. Somebody with the bandwidth to keep track of that would be extremely helpful right now. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to fill you in, but I'll pass it to Nia.
Normalmente estamos a hacerlo aquí.
My Discord's not working today. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm just my last day in community here, so I'm spending here, and I'll. Yeah, my Discord's just not been working. I had issues hearing things. I had to go coming in and out. I don't know. I've tried it on my phone, on my computer. It's all just. Anyway, pass it back to you, Lauren. Okay.